the question here?
Here, Denon 6700H with Odyssey and Auro 3D versus NAD T778 with Dirac without Auro 3D. Same price here in Europe. Since you have the NAD, what do you think? Look at your face. He's like, I don't know how to answer that. No, you're gonna go with Dirac.
That is so tough. I even put up a poll asking that, and most people, I think, let's see, what did they say? Most people said, hold on a second. Let's see where we're at with this community. What did they say? That's you. So testing out Auro 3D on the Denon X4700H. Is Auro upmixing worth giving up Dirac on the NAD? Out of 221 votes, 56% said Auro 3D is worth it. 44% said Dirac is worth it. So if you had to choose between the two, that's what it's showing. My opinion, dang.
You like Dirac though.
But
you like
man.
too. So
I like them both. I like them both.
Oh, go audio control like I'm doing.
Go audio control or HTP1 and let's just be done with it.
Yeah. Buy once, cry once, right? Is that
I can't say. I can't. You know what? I think it comes down to if you like. Dang, I don't know.
Wait, the HTP one doesn't have the Auro 3D, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
I can't remember.
It does.
Okay.
Well, supposedly it does. It says it on the website.
Supposedly it does.
And then Nikos, you're also in Europe too, so you have more access to native Auro movies. So that's always a plus for that. Somebody, the person that was asking about Auro upmixing on streaming content, dude, I've been using the Auro upmixer on just 5.1, whatever is coming off the DirecTV, whatever reality show my wife is watching. It's Auro upmixed. Why? I don't, because it's just I'm using it.
That's awesome.
There it is. Auro.
Yeah.
HTP1.
Yeah, that's HTP1.
Oh, that's 4,000. That's it. Oh yeah. Yeah. Let me just sell a kidney or two real fast.
Hobie will let you buy it for like 35 though.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like got me a good deal. Oh, I think you mean somebody else would hook us up for about 37.80.
Oh gosh, that was
some random number.
I know who you're talking about.
Open box cheaper than
shop,
that,
right?
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah, that was. I don't think I've emailed them. I don't think I've emailed them again. It was crazy.
That's funny.
Like, yeah, I'm reviewing something. I'm like, I want to buy this. I really want it. Can you hook me up? And they're like, yeah, like they gave me $11 off.
Yep.
You don't speak on that.
Yeah.
I'll buy it from somebody else. No, actually, I ended up buying it from them.
Yeah.
Because it was still cheaper, but I'm like, really? $11 off?
What's Ken saying? Guys, HTP1 and 13.2 Kali audio. Ooh, that would be a cool setup, huh?
What?
An HTP1, and then instead of getting power amps, just using like Kali audio all around. I don't think you can go wrong with that.
That'd be pretty slick.
I would support that. You just gotta have power everywhere, though, huh?
Yeah, that would get old fast. Yeah, you would have to have a contractor come in, like, yeah, you'd have to get it signed off everywhere. Like, you'd have to get an electrician come in, sign everything off, or get the city to sign everything off. That'd get old fast. Or I could see running electrical, like extension cords on the ceiling, and then on the walls, just have like a channel of electrical cords.
And the problem is RCA cables, which you'd have to probably run RCA or XLR. Yeah, that would, that's going to get expensive.
Don, you're right. That's what I was thinking about, because I remember asking Hobie, and he's like, he just didn't see the value in it, so he didn't want to spend the extra money getting the license.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. IMAX enhanced.
Yeah. I've never been on the IMAX enhanced bandwagon.
Now that's one where you need to have native stuff. It's not an upmixer.
Correct.
Right. It has to be IMAX.
And there's only a few movies like Jumanji, Jumanji the Next Level, and Bad Boys for Life. Those are good movies for that kind of thing, for sure. But there's not a whole lot. Like, they were supposed to come out with Bumblebee and Spider-Man Homecoming, which would have been awesome. If they came out with a Spider-Man Homecoming in IMAX Enhanced, then I would have had it for Auro native, Atmos native, and IMAX Enhanced native. But they still haven't. So it's just silly.
No, Blue. Hey, I like the idea, Kanga. I like the idea of doing monitor speakers, especially the Kali stuff. Man,
I don't see anything wrong with it. The only thing that I would run into is there's only so loud that those things will go. So if you're sitting really far away from them, then they just won't do it. I mean, I tested it. I showed they have a built-in limiter.
Well, it'd probably cross them over, right? You'd probably cross them over.
Well,
60,
so the
80,
built-in limiter, no, the built-in limiter is higher than that. I want to say it's closer to like 100 or 200. Yeah.
Really?
Yep. But I mean, that it's loud. It's plenty loud enough for near to midfield. But I'm talking like if you're like 4 meters or so, if you're like 12 feet or more out, then yeah, that limiter is going to be a problem.
Do you think the limiter, I think, relates to the question I asked you earlier, though? If you're cutting off, if you're running a high pass, would it still hit that limiter? Like, or how does that work?
Well, so their limiter, their limiter is like, it's built in. So like any signal you feed it, it's still going to kick in, I believe. I don't think it has anything to do with it recognizing a frequency. I think it just has to do with like an input voltage relative to the gain knob. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense. Here, I'll throw this up here real fast just to show you what I'm talking about. No. Okay. That's it. If that even shows up right. No. Let me do that. Yeah, so basically all this is saying is that at 86 dB and 96 dB, there's pretty much no change to the response of the speaker. But then if you try to push it somewhere between 96 and 102, between the blue and the purple, you can see that purple line starts to fall off. Mm-hmm. And it definitely makes it like it's basically saying, no, I'm not going to feed this thing any bass at this high of output because I don't want you guys to blow it. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying at far distances and at high volume, then you might start to run into it. And that would be my only concern about doing something like that. But if you're not sitting super close or if you're not sitting really far away, then probably not an issue.
I'll do a test for you, Kanga. Don't worry. I have the IN5s here. And so I'll cut off like 60 hertz and below and see if I could play it louder without it limiting. You know, I'll message me. I'll figure that out.
The IN5s do it too.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I'm wondering if you do cut off 60 hertz or 80 hertz and below, will it allow me to play it louder? I'm not sure.
Oh, no, it won't matter. Because I asked them that live chat they did with the HiFi Summit. I said, if you pair it with a subwoofer, because they were talking about their subwoofer. Yeah. And I said, if you pair it with a subwoofer, does that change anything? And they said, no, the limiter still is the limiter.
All right.
Yeah. All right. There's no way to, as far as I know, to bypass it.
All right.
Yeah.
Stop the FOMO. Thank you for the support. Is it too late to drop some spare change in the tip jar? Nice. Joe, it's time to start a GoFund my Auro 3D addiction. Yes.
There you go. That's about right.
Oh, man. Yeah. Thank you again. What else we got, man? We're almost we're up.
You know what's funny with that Kali audio presentation?
Yeah.
Is that they use all the names of these towns that are right near me. Mm-hmm. Right? The LP6 or LP5 is Lone Pine. Right. IN is Independence. And then there's Bishop, and then there's Mammoth. That's where I live. But what's funny is about 30 minutes north of here is, well, I guess about 45 minutes north of here is a town called Bodie, right? And in the 1800s, it was a big, like Wild Wild West town. Like the headlines from 1886 are like, you know, Wells Fargo stagecoach gets robbed and like all this stuff. And there were like gunfights and people get killed in the streets in this town, right? And there was a big fire, and they call it a ghost town because there was a big fire and everybody just left. They left everything and left. So if you go to Bodie right now, there are pills in the jars at the pharmacy, like from the 1800s. It's very, very crazy. Anyway, a lot of these outlaws settled in these areas. So Independence, Lone Pine, and Bishop and all this. So these are all old school outlaw people. And I DJ at Convict Lake Resort because over at this big lake, there was a huge shootout with all these convicts and the law officers at the time back in the 1800s. It's pretty crazy. So, for them to like start using these names as the products, it's really weird to me knowing the history of these towns that I live at. So
that is crazy.
A little side note for you guys there.
Yeah, I sent them an email about the Lone Pine one. It was a serious question. I said, was this named after like Back to the Future? Because in Back to the Future,
Oh, the mall.
The mall. Yeah, it starts off as Twin Pines and then it goes to Lone Pine at the end. And then he's basically was like, "No, you're an idiot. It's named after this town." And I was like, "Well, that's a sucky answer. Like, it would have been a lot cooler if you just said yes."
Somebody,
Anyway.
Who's the one who told me? I think it was Michael who told me that's why, or somebody, one of you guys told me. I was like,
Yeah,
what?
I think was it?
Man, that's crazy. I just
no. I do remember. It was Ron. It was way
Ron?
back. In the day. Yeah, Ron mentioned it. Is when we pulled it up.
Twin Pine. I'm like,
we actually pulled up like a screenshot of the video or something. It showed like 2 pines, and then the car ran over it.
Oh yeah, it was.
Killed my pines, and then he shot at him with a shotgun, blew his mailbox off.
I thought it was Aaron. It's kind of similar.
Look at
no. I kid. I don't want.